Hello, my YouTube family. Well, it is Thursday, people. Thursday, April 26th, 2012. Let's get on with it. Now, I know you may think that I have absolutely nothing on my lips. And I thought so too, all damn day. You want to talk about a shade that matches my lips exactly. Like, exactly. Another NYX, people. I'm trying to get down to my NYXs. You can tell. Let's get on with it already. This one is number 22, Natural. Couldn't be a better name for it. 22, Natural. This is natural, people. This is the shade of my lips. This is it. The shade of my lips. I mean, it's shade of my skin too, apparently. Hold on. Trying to get a swatch in. There we go. I hope you can see this. This is the shade of my lips, people. Apparently, this is the shade of my lips. This is NYX Round Lip Gloss number 22, Natural. Unbelievable. I love it. I love it. Absolutely, positively. And yes, I do have a liner, believe it or not. Very light liner. Another NYX in chocolate. NYX 806 chocolate. There we go. This is it. There we have it. As you can see, the liner is a little darker than my lips, but in actuality, yes. There you go. There you go. This is insane. I mean, it was driving me crazy all day. Because I kept checking. I'm going, well, do I have anything? Oh, yeah. And then I would go like this. And I'd feel it. I'd be like, oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do have something on my lips. And it's really not that shiny. It's not, on the street corner hooker. It has a nice little sheen to it. I'm happy about that. And, this was the look of the day. This was it. Practically au naturel on the lips. Au naturel from Natural. Hey, I'm just saying. Okay, so that is it, people. That is it. That is Lips of the Day. Do I have any stories for you? Cutie was around. Cutie was around, but then so was the chick that he likes. Because she and I are friends. And we wanted to go to Chipotle for lunch today. Come to find out that Chipotle won't be open for another 2 weeks. So we were very upset about that. So he and I were talking. And then she passed by and she stopped. I guess to get in on the conversation. Whatever. She stopped by. And she basically said the same thing to him that I had said to him earlier. Because I didn't see him like practically all morning until like 10:45 or 11-ish. And she started up with, oh, I finally get to see you today? I didn't see you all day today. And I was trying to play it off like, okay, the two lovebirds are having an argument. So I was just trying to play it off like that. And he started laughing and he was blushing and all of this because, now he's the two of us. So he likes one of us. And I guess he wants to kind of keep it cool, He doesn't want to just, be all out there in front of me and in front of her. So I said, yeah, Amy, that's her name. I said, yeah, I was kind of concerned about him earlier today also. And she goes, oh, well, at least she said to me, well, at least you got to see him eventually. And he goes, wait a minute. Why are you talking like I'm not here? He goes, you saw me today. And I was like, yes, I eventually saw you today. And apparently you didn't see her. And I said, well, I'll let you talk amongst yourselves. I'm just going to just do my work here. So it was all fun and games and everything. But the one thing that just irked me, and I don't know, maybe it was a pinch of jealousy. Just when I said I wasn't going to be jealous, just a pinch of it, just a little, you know, like a little mosquito bite of jealousy. He and I were originally talking, but she said, oh, I've got to go. And he goes, oh, you going to take the elevator? I'll walk out with you. Weren't we in the middle of a conversation? And as soon as she comes strolling by, you just leads you like a puppy. So I was just a little unnerved by that because we were in the middle of a conversation. And he done lost his mind and then just went off with her. I mean, he eventually came back, but the fact of the matter is, and that's when it really hit me. I mean, it hit me all along, but that's when it really hit me like, yeah, he really does not see you the same way he sees her, because if he did, he would have said, oh, I'll catch up with you later. And he would have stayed and spoke to me, finished our conversation at least. And then he would have been on his way. But she was out the door and he was right behind her tail. So, yeah. So I went back to my work, but I could feel that it got to me a little bit, but I shook it off, you know, just as easy as it came, because it's like pointless. So don't even go there. Excuse me. So that was that. It was fun, you know, still having him around. The good thing about it is that he does come and talk to me a lot. I don't know as much as he talks to her. He probably does. He probably divides the time between his women. But, yeah, you know, he does come and talk to me a lot. So I can't really be too greedy about the situation. And there's nothing to be greedy about because there really is no situation. I have to keep remembering that. But today, it just irked me. It just irked me because you just cut our conversation short because you needed to trail her. So I have to tell you what happened. This happened about 2 weeks ago. It had to do with him. We have an ongoing joke between he and I. It's like a what do they call it? It's a private joke. A private joke between he and I. He told me a story about the time he was back home. He comes from South Carolina. That's where his cute little accent comes from. So he told me about the time he was in South Carolina. He was outside of his house. It was like a really nice, warm summer night. And he stepped out to take a smoke. And he realized he didn't have any matches on him. So he was going to walk down because he heard voices. So he was going to just, you know, kind of walk down and ask, you know, do you have a light? But he was walking down. And then he heard loud voices. So he stopped and kind of like hid behind a tree. Come to find out, he was walking up on an argument where the woman was throwing her man's clothes out the window. And the man apparently he just had enough, or he just couldn't say anything. He was just standing there and watching his clothes come out the window. He wasn't even trying to fight back. And when he told me the story, when Cutie told me the story, I was like, well, he must have known he was wrong, because if he wasn't wrong, he would have been defending himself. But he was standing there and he wasn't saying anything. So he goes, yeah, and it was a bad scene too. And I said, so did you eventually go up and ask him for a match? And he said, no, Nancy, I didn't. I turned around and walked the other way. So I said, well, you know. So now that he told me this story, every time he sort of like gets on my nerves, or he says something that like, oh, I didn't expect you to say that. What I say to him is, I'm throwing the clothes out the window. So he immediately knows what I'm talking about when I refer to that. So it's just a joke between the two of us. So anybody could walk by and I'll just say, the clothes are being thrown out the window as we speak. He will understand what I'm talking about, but nobody else will get it. So that's a little private thing between us. So that's to preface the story that I'm about to tell you. He and I were talking, and apparently walking by the glass doors, because I told you I sit in front of glass doors and I could see everybody walking by, there was this other chick who he has the hots for. And we were in the middle of talking. And he goes, oh, Nance, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I said, you go right ahead. She went to take the elevator, and she stepped in the elevator, and he was like, hey, hold the elevator. She just hit the door closed, and it went down, and I could see the entire scene from the other side of my glass window, and I was cracking up. I was cracking up. So he walked by, and he could see me laughing. So he walked back in, and I said, oh, you coming back to me? Oh, you running back to me now? You running back to me now? Weren't you chasing your little chickie? What? Did she close the elevator doors on you? Is that what just happened? So he was like, well, you see, it's like this. And I'm like, I said, the clothes are being thrown out the window right now because you just decided to just up and stop our conversation because you wanted to go chase a cute little thing who didn't pay you any mind whatsoever, close the elevator doors on you, and you come walking back here like what, with your tail between your legs, and you expect to have a conversation with me now? So it's like that between us. He was cracking up and I was cracking up because he said he was like right there and the doors just, she didn't even bother looking up. Like, man, she probably didn't even really hear him. She didn't hear him say, hold the door. So she just hit the elevator and doors. It was the funniest thing. It was the funniest thing. He was running after her, some cute little filly. And then I see him turn around and come back, walking back to me like, oh, well, I'll just go back to the one that's old reliable. That would be me. And he walked through the doors and I was like, oh, now you're giving me attention? Now, all of a sudden, now you notice me? Now, because I saw you, you know. And he turned beet red and he started laughing. It was the funniest thing. So this is the kind of, you know, little banter that he and I have occasionally. It's cute. It's funny. He is really a cutie. He really, really is. He really is. He's tall, like 5'10", maybe 5'11". Real thin. Not skinny, but thin. There's a difference between like, you know, like gawky skinny. He's not gawky skinny. But he's not like six-pack thin, but he's thin. That's the only way I could describe him. And he's long and lanky, but he's not skinny. You know what I mean? Cute, cut, blonde hair, beautiful blue eyes. Oh. Anyway. Yeah, I know, right? It's a hopeless case. I'm a hopeless case. I'm just hopeless. So I've rambled on far too long. These are lips of the day. This was look of the day. And that's it. That's all. That's the story that I have for you today. I'm sorry it wasn't more intriguing. There really isn't anything going to happen between us. You know this as well as I do. So, but I do like sharing the stories with you, my daily little, you know, my daily little run-ins with him. So that is that. With that, upon that. And that's it, people. That is lips of the day. Let me know what you think. I am in love with them. This is like beyond a nude. This is just my lips, but better, I guess. I don't know. You let me know, okay? You know I love my YouTube family. You know I do, but you know I have to say it every single day. And don't think I forgot about the giveaway for December. Oh yeah, it's gaining major weight. Gaining major weight. I'm just letting you know. So keep talking to me, because I'm like noticing new names and I'm like, woo, well, look who's jumping on the train. I love it. So, you know, keep up the correspondence with me and I will keep up the correspondence with you. You know I answer every single one of you. Hello? And on that note, people, I have got to go. I am just a little tired. Thus scanning. Need I say more? And on that note, I love you. I love my YouTube family. You know I do. And I will talk to you tomorrow, okay? I love you. Bye now.